Neena Gill, Labour MEP for the West Midlands. Hal Wilson has raised his concerns in this petition to the Petitions Committee here in the European Parliament. What do you make of this whole discussion over gas extraction in Staffordshire?
Firstly, I congratulate Hal for taking this initiative. I think it's important that local people do take and bring petitions to the European Parliament. And I think, they're right to question the decision of the Staffordshire County Council to allow this to proceed. In the UK Parliament, yesterday we had a big debate about fracking. Now this is about natural gas, but similar, there are concerns expressed. And the concern is that, we've got to make sure we take on board the concerns of local people, and we've got to ensure that a proper environmental impact assessment is undertaken in every situation. And, who knows what is going to be the environmental impact of this. And if this hasn't been undertaken, and it may be that they don't have a legal obligation to do so, Staffordshire County Council, but they have a moral obligation to do it.
Let me pick you up on that. The European Commission, in their response to this petition, said in fact just that they didn't feel that an impact assessment had to be carried out. That's the environmental law from Europe. It's not obligatory in this kind of case. But do you think that the council perhaps could have done a bit more to involve local residents or looked into this a bit further?
Absolutely. This is a normal planning process that you would consult local people. You will take into account, it's a green belt area, what impact will it have. You would not make this decision without having expert advice. This is beyond planning. The implications of any such explanation could be quite immense on the local population, and we really do need to think about the environmental consequences. This is not a short-term thing. It is a much longer-term issue when you're exploring for gas, and so we've got to take a longer-term view on it and not just have a short-term fix.
The result of this petition today, the committee said that they would leave it open for further exploration. They also plan to write to the county council. The fact that they're doing that, does that perhaps add some weight from Europe to the discussion, perhaps open this a bit more?
Well, absolutely. Although most of this is the remit of the countries, the member states, I think it's important that, the European Parliament does write, but also I will be taking it up with Staffordshire County Council. I think it's an important issue, and as I said, we've had a big debate on fracking in the British Parliament, and there are issues, the amendments that went through. It is important that we learn those lessons and we also apply those standards to local concerns. Europe, it's very heavily populated, so these sorts of exploration can have major consequences, and Staffordshire is heavily populated, so we need to ensure that local concerns and the concerns of the population nearby are taken on board by the county council.